And, I went to the summer camp, MIT Beaverworks Summer Institute. That was junior year summer. We did this embedded security and hardware hacking class. We just lived on the MIT campus for like a month or two, and we went to class every day.
Wow.
We learned how to hack we were doing a capture the flag. So basically we'd be hacking into like a car system, and we'd be programming it from scratch, and then we'd try hacking other teams' car systems, and it was just crazy.
Whoa.
That sounds so fun though.
Yeah.
I felt so stupid, but it was so fun.
Yeah. This is MIT, you said?
Yeah, this is a summer program there.
Jesus.
I was through MIT Lincoln Laboratory. The main people that run the program are there.
Wow. You must have met some super smart people.
Oh yeah, dude. Everybody I met there is super, super smart. Everybody's doing super well.
Yeah. Are you close with any of them now, or?
Those are my closest friends.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. I guess most of them are in startups or doing tech and.
Some of them are in big tech. Some of them
tech.
are getting ML masters, like Stanford and other places. Some of them are really just. Yeah, a couple of them have their own startups. Yeah, people are just crazy.
What did you learn in that experience alone? What was the biggest takeaway?
If you surround yourself with smart people, you're going to be way more motivated to do better things. It's my high school environment was not the best. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of random things, a lot of crime. We used to have to walk through metal detectors, literally 2 out of the 5 days of the week.
Yeah.
So going around these people and just learning how they think, what their approaches were, I'd just be okay, I want to be friends with you.
Ooh. What makes them different? I understand that they're super smart. They're very well educated. They're obviously at MIT doing big things. What makes them different than an average person? Not saying that an average person has any faults or anything.
I think it's their willingness to keep going, regardless of how many times you fail. Because I'll give you a story. We were super early stage in the product. I had spent so much time talking to investors, and I did not spend much time working on the product. And we lost a customer because of that. And I was you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna focus on just product and just focus on building the brand, the vision, what we actually really want to do. And it's been so much better since then. I'm so much happier with where our direction is going in, and the missions we're working towards now versus 3 months ago.
Wow. Would you say from your experience working with those people, learning from those people, you're able to take that and use that for yourself?
I'd say it's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah. Wow.
Because that was just high school, and you go through college in RIT, majoring in cybersecurity. We had this club called RITSec, and it was literally a security company that, or not security company, a security club. And they literally taught you everything. It was we're going to teach you how to do a capture the flag. We're going to teach you how to write offensive tooling. We're going to teach you how to, do incident response. We're going to teach you everything. You could literally get the gauntlet. And, I really, my sophomore year, I found a home there, and, I'd spend all of my time there. And, junior year came around, and, we had club elections. And, I ran for director of PR.
Wow.
And, we did, I totally sucked at doing newsletters and stuff. And, but the one thing I was really good at was, talking to sponsors. Basically the same thing as an investor, right? Because they're paying us to come to our events, to come recruit out of our club specifically. And I remember my year was the year I think we raised so much money that we didn't know what to do with it.
Really?
But the past couple of years, they've been funding student research. They've been doing so much really, really cool stuff. And I'm super proud of everybody there.
Wow, that's really cool. Wow. Well, if someone wants to get into the startup world, right? What would be your advice to them? Like maybe just one or two advice to give them.
I think it's going to be go do something. Like, you know, if you want to build something in the healthcare space, go work in a job in healthcare, understand the day-to-day, understand what people are complaining about, and then get into that there.
Gotcha.
I think you have to have some level of industry experience to do it really well.
Gotcha.
Because, like, for me, it's like, you know, I've done cybersecurity. And, you know, if my mom was more aware of the threats, like, you know, fake, like, she essentially just got voice phished, right? We call that vishing. And they basically said, hey, we're the IRS, give us your social, and like a bunch of other things. And, you know, that's enough. So the big goal is like, how do I just focus on fixing this? And I had so much offensive security experience that I'm like, okay, I can think like the bad guy and I can put that into the platform.
Ah, gotcha. So you get inside, is that why you like psychology so much? Like you want to get into the minds of what these guys are thinking and how you can work around them?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think a lot of my time is spent like doing interviews with cognitive scientists, behavioral psychologists, like, and like a bunch of other kind of psych and cognitive science people, basically getting an understanding of how the brain reacts to very specific like triggers, right? Because, you know, Gen Z, right? For example, we spend several hours, maybe like if you're good, less on Instagram, TikTok, all these social media platforms, and the big problem is your dopamine receptors are totally fried by the end of that. And, you know, you're just left consuming content like a zombie. So, you know, if somebody tries teaching you something, you're just not going to understand what the hell they're saying because you're not going to be able to pay attention for longer than however long your brain has been accustomed to just watching a reel or TikTok for. And typically that's like 10 to 15 seconds out of like 2 minutes.
And if someone wants to change that for themselves, like
delete Instagram, delete TikTok. Like literally just focus on living without it because you're going to have the urge to download it again, go back on there. Oh, I have friends on there. Your friends can text you on your phone, man.
It's that quick dopamine,
Yeah.
It's like you watch these like lock-in videos and you're like, this Lamborghini, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. But like what you don't know is this is actually diverting you from actually getting the car.
It's true. Like I feel like a lot of people, they focus so much on the superficial wealth that they don't realize why they're chasing that in the first place. You know, like yes, it looks so lavish, right? You have it. Now you have it, then what? You know, your body's gonna get used to, your mind's gonna get used to it after like, I don't know, let's say, I'm gonna give like a long example, like a year with the Lamborghini. You're gonna want the other Lamborghini now, McLaren, I don't know, maybe like another car.
I will say though, for some people, that actually drives them though.
This
like,
true,
actually
motivates
them to want to continue pushing for more.
Yeah, but now the caveat to that is if you're chasing that to make more money, then what is the point of you living? Like you're just chasing that.
A lot of it's material.
It's kind of dangerous to think that way too. You know, I think personally, if you're chasing the material stuff, you're gonna go into this spiral cycle of keep wanting that over and over again.
And it never ends.
It never ends. That's the thing. It never ends.
There's always more money. There's always more cars. There's more expensive stuff.
There's always a bigger fish than you, and you're gonna look at that bigger fish and say, "Hey, I want your stuff." They're not looking at you in the car. They're looking at your car, picturing themselves in the car. You know what I mean? How many times you look at a car and you're like, yeah, I wish that was me in there, or I wish that could have been my car. You're not looking at the person inside the car. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be that psychology guy, but like you kind of get what I'm saying, right? So, yeah.
I think once you separate yourself from materialistic, like personality, I think you're able to very easily understand what it is that you've been put on this planet to do.
Yes.
And you know, like I guess we can go around, but I think for me it's like building schools back in Pakistan for, kids, because there's so many smart kids out there. And my dad came here, never finished school because he didn't have the right education to go past those classes.
Wow.
And, he just worked. Like, work is all he knew when he came to the US. And I want to make sure I'm able to, like, help kids actually learn what is necessary. And, also help the immigrant families that move to the US. Because, you don't want to come here and be in debt immediately.
Yes, yeah.
I want to be the platform that trains them on understanding what's real, what's fake, what's not. Like, because so many people just don't know. And, it's more about making that impact on the immigrant families long term.
Yeah, that's so true. Because this country is built on immigrants. Whether however way we see it, but yeah, it's all built on immigrants. Yeah. I guess for me, it's, as you know, healthcare is a very fraught system in the States, right? Everything is run on private insurance models, and we all know how that goes when you have investors that are making money off of insurance. And so what that happens in our end is that you have reduced quality of service. It will reduce service, and also like the amount of people that's getting treated, or the people that needs the service that needs to be seen are seen. And what I'm hoping to do with my profession is that I want to change that to give back to the community, and allowing my profession to see that, hey, you don't have to rely on the insurance to, this is a very controversial topic, but you don't have to rely on insurance to help everyone,
That's true.
100%. For me, I think from a really young age, I knew that I loved helping people. Remember when we went to Ecuador for Global Glimpse?
Yeah.
So we did like a volunteer abroad thing back in high school, where we went to Ecuador for like 18 days, I think.
Oh, that's sick.
18 days,
18 days, yeah.
no phones,
No phones.
electronic, nothing.
Your brains must have been doing so well.
100%. Bro, they took my phone, I'm just like, deadass, bro. What we gonna do, bro?
We had time of our life. But yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
But yeah, our project for that summer was renovate like a community center, and at the end of it, as a 16-year-old, like, I can make an impact on these people's lives. Like, what? And especially coming from the States, like, yo, I've never seen a country like this. Like, I've never seen like this quality of life before. And coming back after that trip, that just put that I just had like a crazy breakthrough, realizing that I can actually make an impact on other people's lives. Not only my family, not only the future generation, but the people around me as well. And I love that you brought up how you just saw your parents grind for a lot of your life. I feel like that's something that all of us the kids of immigrant parents, we all resonate with that. And it's not even like they gotta talk to us about it. It's not even like a conversation that we gotta have, but it's just an understanding that we all have. A big drive for me is being able to give back to my parents and not have them live this life for the rest of their lives. Yo, they've been grinding for who knows how long, and they deserve a life that we're able to provide to them with all the knowledge, the money, the resources that we're able to give.
Yep. I agree.
Wow. Yeah.
With this podcast being called Rep by Rep, and I know for you, like, you talked a lot about your childhood, the things that you did growing up. I'm curious to know, like, what helped you build your confidence in terms of trying new things? And because you mentioned, like, you learn through failures and past experiences, but it can be pretty challenging when you do fail. It can be pretty challenging when you do face these obstacles. What gives you that confidence to continue going, even when things aren't going your way?
I think it's the fact that, I think there's the very common saying, it's like, you can fall as many times as long as you're able to continue just getting back up. I know I didn't say it the right way, but, just falling constantly, getting back up, kind of ties into the trial by fire, but, sometimes it gets really bad when you fall. Like, you know, if you fall snowboarding and you break your tailbone, that's way worse than if you just fell on your, like, I mean, don't fall on your wrists, but like, you know,
Yeah.
if you fall on your hands versus, you know, like, you know, it's very different. And each fall is very different and it hurts at a different level. And I think the big point I would make here is like, as long as you have the mental, like, to say, look, I don't care, I'm going to do it this way and I'm going to do it exactly this way, nothing's stopping you.
Yeah.
Like, literally nothing is stopping you besides you. Because in my head, it's like, I'm going to go build this, like, red team security awareness platform. And, you know, we don't have all the crazy money in the world, right?
Right.
We have me and my co-founder and our founding engineer, and our competition has like 70, 150 employees. And, you know, our tech is getting to a point where it's way better than theirs.
Wow.
So, you know, 3 people versus that, it's just like, I think it speaks to just how determination and just being able to stick through all of the pain is just, you know, yeah.
Did you always have that growing up? Or was there like moments or something that happened in your life where you started really trusting yourself and just believing your delusional brain?
I think you have to be delusional. Yeah, I genuinely think you have to be delusional. Like, I know for a fact that our company is going to be like number 1 in the next 2 years.
Whoa.
Like, we're going to take over the industry,
Wow.
I would say. Because, you know, I don't believe in like a competition per se. I believe in just dominating our specific part of the industry.
Wow.
And, you know, there's a lot of room. The space is very active.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can totally go in and say, hey, look, this is how we're doing it. We don't care if we're unpopular. The tech speaks for itself. You're going to use it because it's cheaper, it's faster, and it's better.
Oof. And your what is the name of your product that you're launching again?
Ghost is the company name. The product that we're launching is called Beacon.
Beacon?
And
Okay.
I got the inspiration of Beacon as a beacon of hope for this part of the industry.
Oh,
I love that.
wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's really beautiful. You know, now that you mentioned competition and domination, have you ever read, I mean, I hate to bring up books again. You know the book 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel? You know how like in capitalism you have competition, you have company A, let's say 100% is the market, right? Everyone gets a piece. That's competition, right? So let's say it's only us 3 in the market. You have a piece of it, you have a piece, I have a piece. That's competition. But Peter Thiel doesn't believe in that. Going back to what he was saying, he believes in the idea of domination in the sense that you should take over the entire market.
He
that should
believes
be,
in
yeah.
the like monopolizing it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's kind of, I should read it. It sounds like I'd learn something from it. Yeah.
He is a little crazy. Now that I was watching his TED talk
It's pretty smart.
from 10 years ago till now. I'm like, oh shit, this guy's onto something different. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this like way back too. It's like, yeah, he's on another level. I know what I was like. Holy shit, it's like very very radical thinking. Like some of the stuff I'm like, yo, I don't know about that, but you know, but he's onto something though. Yeah, he's onto something. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think your company Beacon. Who are your consumers? Who are your clients as of right now?
So, the people that would be using this is companies that need security awareness training, because, you know, you have to do with compliance, but also you have to prepare them for the future. Because there's deep fakes, there's, you know, I can clone your voice in 5 seconds, and I can take 2 or 3 pictures of you. I can FaceTime like Dan over here and be like, hey, what's up, man? Like, you know, that's how easy it is now. So, you know, being able to help people build that muscle memory and say, hey, look, like, we did our research on you. Like, there's this thing called OSINT, So, we'll get like open source intelligence. We're going to gather information on your your persona, your personality, who you're friends with, how much interactions you've had with that person. Like, just figure out like a mind map of how we would go about testing you, because that is where the industry is ultimately going.
Gotcha.
Right? The attackers, at the end of the day, they don't give a shit about, your training, because training right now is just to check a box for compliance. But in the next year or two, it's going to be about like, okay, how do I protect my employees outside? Because if an attacker gets to your employee outside, what can you do?
And why should a company care about protecting your employees outside of, let's say, work? Why should they do it?
At the end of the day, if a company gets breached and it's an employee's fault, it's still going to be on the company most of the time. You know how you see these like big things, like I think 2023, this MGM hack happened, right? So basically what happened to MGM was they did, like the hackers, the bad guys, they basically went out and they did some research on somebody that worked at the company, called them up, and were like, hey, what's this like thing that we need? And then they called up the help desk and pretended to be him, and that cost MGM $100 million. Over $100 million.
Jesus Christ.
What would be like the biggest hesitation for your ideal customers?
Yeah. What will be your selling point to them? Like, why would they buy your product versus your competition, for example?
We're building what you ought to want in the next couple of years rather than what you need right now, because I don't think anybody knows what they need right now.
Okay, so let's say,
I think a lot of it is like AI is new, AI is here. Okay, man, like you can do your deepfake trainings, you can do your AI versus AI, but at the end of the day, you have to actually think like an attacker and get attacked from something that looks like an attacker to actually change how people think about things. Because, you can give somebody a compliance training with a deepfake or something, and, sure, like it's your CISO or your manager's face on it. Okay. That's cool, but what is the employee remembering about that? It's still something they can just click through, right? It's still something they can play in the background.
Right.
And going back to my point on, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, this is why we're building what you ought to want.
Okay.
We're building for the fried dopamine receptors. We're building for you not being able to pay too much attention, but still teaching you how to make, an opinion and figure out what's real, what's not, because it's catered to you.
Gotcha.
What you post online is what we're catering to, right? The attack might be your friend, your mom, somebody, and that's more likely to stick in your head than your manager or somebody else at work calling you up and saying, hey, I need you to send me this invoice.
Gotcha.
Right? Like it gets so much, like it gets realer every day.
Gotcha. And what would Beacon look like on a client's end of point of view? Like, I know that you're customizing it to however the company or the client wants, but how would the receiver's end look? Like if, let's say, I'm purchasing your product.
We'd give you like a login.
Oh,
that's it.
That's it?
I mean,
that's simple. Wow.
You get a login. You have to do some integrations. So it's like, if you use Google Workspace, okay, we'll sync up to that. If you have an email security gateway, like a proof point or something, we're gonna like loop into that. So when your employees report emails, it goes into that. Like, we're trying to make integrations as easy as possible.
Wow, that's really nice. Wow.
I think just being able to go in 1, 2, 3, go, and you're seeing ROI within a few hours or maybe like a few days, it's much better than taking 2 months.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's true. And is this a one-time purchase, or is this like a subscription, like a recurring subscription?
So it's gonna be a yearly thing. So it's an annual contract that we typically sign.
Oh, nice. So you can have the chance of either continuing it or like doing just 1 year or 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna be embedded in a lot of the environments, and obviously we want to be the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we are going to be the best.
Uh-huh.
So, we're going to be there for a long time, and we're going to continue making impacts on people for next couple of decades until, quantum kicks us out.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that. That's another thing. Dude, you just opened another wormhole. Because right now, I think Google, IBM, whatever the hell they're doing, but they're creating the next. Oh, this is another rabbit hole. Alright, fuck it. They're creating the next supercomputer with quantum computer, and you know how like data centers with AI, they're consuming a lot of like water, a lot of electricity, because they need a lot of power to run them, and these data centers are like hundreds of acres of space, like across the states, right? So right now the companies are trying to figure out like what's the next most efficient type of computer, which is.
That's crazy, bro.
So we're looking at the next Skynet or something, like
It's the future, bro.
Terminator 5 or something, bro.
Somebody told me Beacon was Skynet.
You're the guy. Remember what's the name of that guy? You ever watch Terminator 2? The Judgment Day one? That was a really good one. Yeah, it's like the guy that created the Skynet. And basically the movie was them going back in time and trying to save the founder because there's a Terminator that came in the past to try to kill him.
That's crazy. Kind of fire.
Yeah, so if you have someone knocking on your door that's fishy, then you might have to run.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So if someone's interested, like, where can they find out more about Beacon?
Yeah. Tell us where they can find you.
So our new website's going live on the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
And
is that January 5th?
January 5th, yeah.
Okay.
And you can probably find out more about us on ghosteye.ai.
Nice.
So yeah, like new website's gonna have everything.
Great.
Otherwise, just look up Ghost Eye on LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, LinkedIn is another one. So that'll be really cool. So we'll link everything in the bios and the description so that people can reach out to you. And the clips too. So we'll have your social media for the dopamine fiends. So yeah.